I let u equal in this example? Good, x plus 4. So if I substitute u in for x plus 4, I would get u squared plus u minus 42 equals 0. And then let's factor this. How does this factor? I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 42 but add up to positive 1. What is that? 6 and 7. Which one's positive? 7 is positive. 6 is negative. Okay, good. Now what do I do? Good. I have to plug x plus 4 back in. So I would get x plus 4 plus 7.
Wait, how did you do that?
How did I do what? How did I do what?
You just put it together. No, it's not.
After up here, I factored here, right?
Did you do the diamond?
Yeah, I did the diamond. Well, somebody did. Negative 42 add up to positive 1. 7 times 6 gives me 42. If 6 is negative, that gives me negative 42. 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay? Okay, so then I need to plug my quantity back in for u. And then let's simplify this. So this would give me x plus 11 times x minus 2 equals 0. And now I have two quantities, so each one of those equal to 0. So x plus 11 equals 0. And x minus 2 equals 0. Subtract 11 from both sides, and I get x equals negative 11. On this one, I add 2 to both sides, so x equals 2. So my answer, x equals negative 11 or 2. Okay? And what is this telling us, guys? Really quick as a review, I know we did it last week. If x equals negative 11 and positive 2, what does that mean? That means we're crossing which axis? The x-axis. We're finding the x-intercepts here. And because our graph is a parabola, we cross in two places. Okay, so let's look at example 4. Okay, what do we do here? Very good. Well, let's look at this. Take out a GCF? Well, let's think about it. If I took out a GCF from this one right here, that would give me 2 times x minus 2, x plus 2 equals 24. Are these guys the same? No. What if I took out a minus 2, like Lizette said? If I took out a minus 2, this would become plus, but the x would become negative. Are those the same? No. So what do we do? Distribute. Well, Adam's saying distribute the 2. What I think he says, we need to FOIL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to FOIL. So let's multiply all of this out.
You gotta wrap the food up.
Yep. So 2x, or you can do Windows if you want. It's the same process. So let's multiply it all out. 2x times x gives me 2x squared. 2x plus 2 is plus 4x. Negative 4 times x minus 4x. Negative 4 plus 2, negative 8. All of that equal to 24. Is everybody with me so far? Okay, and let's combine like terms. I have plus 4x minus 4x. So what does that give me? A 0. So what am I left with? 2x squared minus 8 equals 24. And now I want the whole thing to be equal to what? To 0.
Oh, yeah,
I need to subtract 24 from both sides to get the whole thing equal to 0. So if I subtract 24, I would get 2x squared minus
42.
Minus what?
That's like
32 equals 0. And what do I need to do to factor this? We can take out a a 2 from here. So let's factor out 2 as the GCF. X squared minus 16 equals 0.
See, this is the part I just don't know. How are you going to take out the 2 and then turn 16?
Because taking out a GCF is like dividing. So 2x squared divided by 2 gives me x squared, right? 32 divided by 2 gives me 16. So factoring out a GCF is like dividing. So in this case, did we really need to use substitution? Not really, right? So let's finish this one out. Okay, can I factor x squared minus 16?
Yes.
Yes, it's difference of 2 squares. I ran out of room, so I'm coming up here. So 2 times x plus 4, x minus 4 equals 0. Am I factored all the way? Yes. So let's set up our T-chart.
Could you just like done the square root?
Could I have done? No, I could not. Well, yes, I could have. I could have set. Yeah, you could set this one equal to 0. We'll do it both ways. Okay, so we have 2 terms here. X plus 4 equals 0, and x minus 4 equals 0. What's your question?
Why is the 2 just right there? It's just like...
We factored out a GCF here.
So it just stays with it?
So it has to stay out. Yeah, we can't just get rid of it. It's like dividing out. What would we do if my instructions were to multiply? I would distribute it back in. So it has to stay there. We just factored it out to make this simpler to factor. Okay? So to solve this, I subtract 4 from both sides. I get x equals negative 4. Add 4 to both sides, so x equals positive 4. So we have x equals, you can write it plus or minus 4, or you can write them separately. It doesn't matter.
What about 2? Whichever 2 is from the plus or minus?
This 2 out in front, we don't have to worry about it. Okay? It is a factor, but it does not matter. 2 cannot equal 0. So if you want, we could set up 3 things for each factor, but we would get 2 equals 0, and is that even possible? No. Okay, one other way that we could do this. We don't have to do difference of 2 squares here. We can have x squared minus 16 and set that equal to 0. What would I do here? Add 16 to both sides. X squared equals 16. And then what? And then square root it. So we would get x equals, and remember we always have to do plus or minus whenever we make the square root, plus or minus 4. Okay?